Hello, Stephen.
Right.
How
This
we doing?
Is weird, isn't it?
It is. We haven't done
Like
one.
sat next to each other as
Yeah,
well. It's
we're a little bit close.
bit of
Hello.
right, hello there. It's a bit of an odd one.
We haven't done one down there for ages, especially one with a
We've got
guest.
a guest, but we're down here. That's
Yeah.
the weird thing.
Because he's a local man.
Mm.
Look, he's just nodding his head over there. Shall we say hello to our guest?
Ah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Julian.
Do you not usually do it down here then?
We do when it's just us.
Yeah.
But generally, if there's a guest, we do it on... because you would have seen all the episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you must have seen them.
Yeah.
So, who are you? Where are you from?
Julian, heard.
I did, yeah.
From Bude, really. Or
Really?
near Bude.
Near Bude.
Bude boy.
Yeah.
Bude
What,
boy.
born and bred?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have lived in other places, but...
Around Bude?
No,
like
no.
Kilk and Jacobstow?
Different
No,
countries.
different country,
actually.
yeah.
Different countries.
Holy fuck,
For 8
that makes
years.
sense. Jesus.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
Turkish.
Nigeria.
No.
Love it.
Right on the money, that was.
So, why is Julian here?
So I suggested getting in contact with Julian. So I've known Jules for over 40
Oh,
years.
is that Julian?
So I thought if he'd be up for it, I thought it'd be a good one because he's had quite a journey when it comes to food and weight loss. And just covering dietary eating. He loves
So you
to eat.
like eating, don't you?
Oh, I
Like,
love
one
it.
Of the things
Love
that,
it.
Obviously, I've not known you that long, and one of the things that I know Dave has introduced me to you about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bit Yoda-ish, but is you like your food.
Love it. Always have. Absolutely love it.
And it's actually really... And also, you work with food, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's edible, isn't it? So,
Well, maybe explain what you do then.
Yeah,
people
well,
know.
I drive a milk tanker.
Well, there you are.
So,
Point made.
yeah.
That used to be called Ambrosia, that site.
Who are? Did
No.
it actually?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it did.
Dairy Crest.
No, like 40 years ago, 50 years ago, it used to be known as
How
Ambrosia.
do you fucking know?
Because
Ambrosia's Devon, though.
Yeah.
this is the conversation for now, so I don't know why I brought it up. So I was writing my book earlier and contacted Mum about
So he has
something.
to get his book in every
Second
fucking
book coming out
episode.
soon. Don't pointing down there. All right, everyone. And Mother was saying about Ambrosia used to be up at Davidstow. Going back in the 60s.
I would seriously check that, though.
Really?
'Cause
I haven't put it in the book, that part.
Only because it's like Devon, it's a Devon brand, Ambrosia.
Yeah.
And Davidstow's obviously
In Cornwall.
Cornwall.
But I've heard it.
Might
been
be. I'm not saying it's
heard
definitely right, but wrong.
You hate being... One thing you know about Jules, this man hates being wrong.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I do.
If there's
And
something he has to prove, he's
if
got to prove it.
if I think I'm right,
Yeah.
I've got to prove it and mention that. Yeah,
So
I
like the
was
whole,
right.
like, Premier League,
So I'll prob-
Premiership thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah,
No,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a Premier League.
It's the same
Dave
fucking-
always says Premiership,
it's
and
the
I'm
same
always like
fucking thing.
League.
So you went to Butehaven
Yeah, Jacobstow as well, and with Dave.
with young David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jacobs and playgroup
And playgroup.
primary school.
I remember at playgroup, Jules used to beat me up.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
No.
And what? And Alex Boardman. as
Alex
well.
Boardman, yeah.
Who else was in your form? Any other local lads?
I was no one that people would know on.
Nobody that's been on here, I
No.
don't think, is it?
No.
No, just beeswax.
What
Yeah.
about Steve Hudson?
No, he was the year below.
Yeah.
Steve
Don't
Hudson.
know
You
Steve
probably
Hudson. Might recognise him.
do you not remember it from when you watched that podcast with Steve Hudson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. So your food journey.
Yeah.
So what are we talking here? So how far are we going back? Did you have were you saying that you had a food problem?
I was thinking about this earlier, and I can't remember like binge eating or anything like that up until up until I was about at secondary school anyway.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the only memories of food that I have from like primary school is, I've said this to you before, Dave, is you always used to bring in a Mars bar.
Yeah, I
For
mentioned
packed
that in
lunch.
the book.
That wouldn't have helped.
Always used to bring in a Mars bar, but
No, for me.
But it was
in my packed lunch.
It wasn't.
I thought you bought
yeah,
one
no,
for him.
no, for
He
him.
used
I
to
remember
beat me up
his
and
food.
steal
I
it.
remember his food.
Yeah.
Always used to bring in a Mars bar, a snack size one, not a fun size, snack size, not a full size, but like snack
Got to
size
be
one.
right on that.
But yeah, I think I was sort of like having school dinners.
So I think you were school dinners, or did you have a
School
mixed
dinner,
school dinners?
yeah, mixed. But because I grew up on a farm, I would get home and Mum would always cook like a proper meal.
Like what?
Mother can cook, though. Christ, she
Yeah,
can cook.
yeah, really good cook. And there's always buns and cakes.
Just thinking about the
Joyce,
clips.
you owe me a bun and a cake and a
It's going
pasty.
to be great seeing Ju's face in the clips.
We can clip that up. Look at his
Right
face.
up there. It's gonna be great.
Even going off subject, but even Steph said last night that because she went to see my mum and dad a couple of nights ago.
On her
This
own?
is girlfriend stuff.
Yeah,
On
girlfriend
her own.
Steph.
She's actually your girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
yeah.
So, she went on her own?
With Willow because it was my birthday, so they went to surprise me. So when I got home from work, they put up a load of banners in my house and some balloons and stuff. But they popped in and saw mum and dad.
How old were you?
45.
That's not bad, is it?
It's looking 50.
I look
You're
good for
50 now,
45.
basically.
Well,
Do you have to
I'm
round that, remember?
yeah, if I'm rounding up, then yeah. So I'm chasing you now, Dave.
Yeah.
But no, I'm still 50. Dude.
But yeah, Steph said like they popped in to see mum and dad for a cup of tea. Mum brings out homemade cakes, biscuits, buns, the lot. So yeah, there's always that on offer when I was younger. But I don't remember like properly like.
But you had
binge
a
eating.
hot meal at lunchtime, and then you went home and you had another big.
Yeah,
hot meal.
probably.
Did you have breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Cornflakes,
Maybe warm,
ricicles,
like maybe
porridge.
cornflakes.
Icicles, old school.
No, not
So
ricicles.
sugary.
Kellogg's with a astronaut on the front. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, dark navy blue box.
Little like character, young lad, and a
Yeah, it's just Rice Krispies with sugar on, like
Yeah.
Frosties, isn't it?
like lagged in sugar, really bad. Your
but yeah,
brothers
so
aren't big lads, particularly, are they? I don't remember. you're always a big lad when you're younger.
I think I'm the lightest now. I know I'm lighter than my eldest brother Dave,
Yeah,
and he was the like slimmest out of all of us.
but you've lost some meat.
Oh yeah.
So when you were younger, I don't remember your brothers ever being chunky.
No.
Like, you know what I mean.
I've always been chunky. Like, I'm not slim, really slim now, but compared to what I was, I am. But yeah, even growing up as a young kid, always chunky, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Always
Were
chunky.
you like big boned? Or were you
Yeah,
fat?
well, I think a bit of both, really. I think I held it well. Like, Mum always dressed me in dark clothes, and I just carried that on. Because at my highest, I was 23 stone.
Okay.
And when I've said that to people are like, what? Because I was always quite active, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Like-
You were rugby,
Yeah,
played rugby,
yeah, played rugby and
sports.
sort of like...
So you didn't overindulge, really. You were just well fed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, when I got to secondary school, I started overindulging then, I think, because...
Get more freedom there, don't you?
Well, yeah, and I would get home from school. Mum would be working, and we were still on the farm then, but Dad was working out fencing as well, so...
What, like Japanese style?
that would have been easier than what he was doing. So I remember getting home from school, and I would, like, cook myself a meal,
What kind of thing are we talking about?
sausage and chips, and then Mum would get home from work and cook tea.
Did
But
you
that's
not
my
say that?
first thing. No, but they must have known with like the
Oven
smell.
or
With
deep
the
fry?
smell.
Well, yeah, you would have left
Arga.
the fucking right old mess as
nice.
well. You would have
No, because he'd do it all
piled it
in.
up.
But yeah, but not every night. But I just distinctly remember doing that,
Well, like
and that's my
3 or 4
first
nights
thing.
out of 5, or
Maybe 2 or 3.
yeah, 3.
But yeah, that was I don't know what. But then I'd have a proper meal as well because Mum would get home, cook.
So, what did people used to say to you? Like, did you used to get bullied for being
No.
bigger? You didn't.
I was absolutely so lucky.
were
Never
happy.
ever got bullied in
I
my life.
remember in primary school you did.
I did.
Yeah, because I always remember. I've never told you a story.
No.
Exclusive. So I remember you in
heard it,
tears.
Heard
You
it.
in tears, and I went and told. It's like a dinner lady. Maybe it was Mrs. Cowlin. Said, "Oh, they're picking on Julian."
Mrs. Cowlin. Calver.
Calver, Mrs. Calver. So it might have been Mrs. Calver. So I remember it
Or
was
Mrs.
outside.
Wicket.
It's funny. I remember fuck all, but I remember this. That's one thing you know about Jules. This bloke's got the best memory. Fucking, he don't forget a thing.
No,
But
I'm
we've
surprised I've gotten this.
So as you go, it was outside one of the class. Remember where the hornet was? There was a hornet up on the corner. We're all staring at this massive fucking hornet nest.
Oh, that was in the village hall. Just up from the school.
No, it was at the school.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. And I was like, Julian's being picked on. They're bullying him. So she come over and comforted you, and that was, I don't remember any more than that.
When you say comforted,
Probably Matthew Mason then.
Matthew,
No, he pushed me over once and broke my arm, didn't I?
shit, is he still with us?
This is when we
Yeah,
were like
yeah,
small,
and he said
small.
I get on with him fine.
Oh, all right.
Well,
Matthew
I haven't.
Mason.
That's rubbish. I haven't seen him for
30 years.
since primary school, probably since he pushed me over.
Matthew, if
I
you're
don't remember.
around,
I don't remember
get in
that
touch.
at all.
Yeah.
Don't remember that at all.
But obviously, the good
secondary,
thing about that was it's so insignificant that you don't remember it.
yeah, because secondary school didn't get bullied. Again, well, not that people might have said stuff, but I always was surrounded by loads of friends. Always,
And it wouldn't
I'm
like
not
we
going to
ever-
say I was really popular, but I was always sort of like, yeah, fine, yeah, everybody, yeah.
And we
just
never
got on
really,
with me.
we've always been really close as a group, haven't we? At primary and secondary school.
Yeah.
It's obviously a different group, but it wasn't like, it's like Jules, fucking look overweight. Never, don't ever recall. There was never, it was just like, that's the way it always was.
That's the thing. It wasn't like I got to secondary school, then put on a load of weight. I just
You were
sort of
just
like,
always-
and I just remember when I was younger, my weight would like, every year I'd go up. So when I was like 7, I'd be 7 stone, 8 stone, just like,
I mean,
just
that's
like that.
Pretty good then, really.
So yeah,
I think
I was
also
putting
one
on
of the
about a
things that
stone a year.
probably you didn't get picked on is because you've always been nice.
Yeah,
And nice is a bit of a shit word, but you're always like a decent person.
yeah,
Easy to get on with. And so there was never anybody that really wanted to. And if there ever was anybody, we would always like be straight in
Yeah.
there anyway and straight onto him because.
Yeah.
but no, there never was like you'd get called names and stuff on the odd occasion, but
Name a couple of them.
rubber ball, I remember being called that.
Sorry.
You know that song when the rubber ball comes bouncing back.
It's going to be a great clip.
No, I remember that.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre.
Right.
Because they thought I looked like Dr. Dre.
Because he was black.
That was from a year above.
Wow. Okay.
That was like as a compliment,
That's
I
pretty
think.
cool.
yeah, there was never any horrible
Yeah, no.
names.
Not like
No.
Michelin Man or anything.
No,
Michelin Man was white. Or he's white.
Well, I know, but
yeah,
we
no,
we need to
nothing.
come back to the funny sort of names later on as we
Yeah.
go through. But
so obviously you left school. Did you go college, uni, anything like that?
Do you know what? Actually, talking about it, the worst thing I got bullied was when I left school. 'Cause I did sixth form
Yeah.
and then went and worked as an apprentice at Bot.
Nice.
Yep. And one of the directors there was properly poking fun at me about my weight all the time.
Remember his name?
Yeah.
Is it not? Is it one of the owners beginning with a W surname?
No. But yeah, I'm not going to go there. But
do you know what? You're well within your right to.
no.
But I
no,
understand
yeah.
why you wouldn't want to say something.
But yeah, and I wasn't used to that. And being an
Love it if you watch
18-year-old
this.
at that time, and he was doing it in the like lunchroom in front of everybody to get laughs, and I was like, I've not been like exposed to this sort of, and I don't think he was doing it sort of trying to be really nasty,
No.
but just trying to get laughs, and it was like at my expense, and I was.
now.
So I left that, and that would have been really good because I was doing an apprentice technician role. So I'd now like to go into the drawing office at Bot, and after about 6 months, well, it was in the January, I just wrote to him and just told him what was going on. It was like, I can't,
Fucking imagine that.
I can't do it. Yeah. So then I went to uni.
Stripped, wasn't he?
That's sad though as well. Fuck
Yeah.
me, like the geezer's gone all the way through fucking school. Like no one's said a fucking anything, and then he's gone to an adult place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got
Yeah,
some,
good point. I didn't even have a
some
thought of that.
fucking prick in there that's
Yeah.
Ironically, it was good you didn't get a bit of stick at school, but if you did, it would have probably hardened you up
Yeah.
to like the adult world. I know.
Yeah, that's the
it was
first.
good
That was
you
my
didn't.
first like proper like feeling being bullied.
How did it feel?
pretty shit, to be honest. Yeah, and I said to Mum and Dad about it, and I was like off work for a few days, and yeah, Mum and Dad have always been real supportive of anything, and they were like, "Well, look, yeah,
Well, it changed the direction of your life.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
yeah, it got me in a load of debt at uni, ideal." But if that hadn't have happened and everything else hadn't have happened, I might not have lost the weight and
Yeah.
might have had a heart attack
Okay,
and might
so
have.
did you lose the weight after that?
Yeah, I didn't lose the weight until.
Fucking
After
later.
that, I went to university,
Yeah.
then lived in Cardiff for 7 or 8 years,
Oh,
and then moved back home when I was 27.
Were you 27 stone then?
I might have been because I didn't weigh. No, I think I stopped gaining a stone a year when I was about 23. I'd say. But no, do you know what? I might well have been because when I was in Cardiff, I wasn't eating the best.
you're drinking fair and
Student.
Yeah, drinking quite a lot. I was working at 118, 118s, just sat down all the time. And then moved home when I was 27.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually lose the weight. I think I was 35.
So do you remember the pivotal moment when you went, I need to lose weight?
Yes.
Where were you?
Here, I think.
Oh, what,
Well, no, not here. But
I remember I'll let you finish a second, but I remember the phone call when you phoned me when you wanted to do what you wanted to do.
yeah.
I remember exactly what it was.
I spoke to you on the phone. Basically, spoke to you on the phone, didn't I? You and Kirsty.
Yeah. Ex-wife did because Kirsty suffers
Clean
with
9.
fibromyalgia. Did a clean 9. It was like aloe vera stuff. You take like a bee pollen tablet, and we thought she got advised it might help with her pains. Anyway, it didn't. I lost weight. She lost weight.
Yeah, you in the 9 days you lost that a stone, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was
You
like,
probably will if you just have aloe vera.
I was like that. But after a day or two, you can have limited calories. Bit like yourself.
Yeah, and you have a shake.
Yeah. But I remember Jules phoning me. This was, I don't know, a month later or 2 months later, going, "Oh, that aloe vera thing. Do you mind? Can you put me in touch with whoever?" I remember
Yeah.
having the phone.
So I didn't want to do it for the detox, so I don't really drink much anyway.
No.
Like alcohol wise.
But what, obviously, I know you're going to come back to like that process, but what made you, must have been like a specific moment when, you either looked in a mirror or you were trying to clean your knob or whatever it was and you thought to yourself, I need to lose weight.
Trying to clean
No,
your knob.
do you know? No, I've been fighting. Well, not fighting, but I've been thinking for ages. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight.
What?
And
What was
just
your
the way it makes you feel. Do you know what? Like it'll be a cold day. For example, I went to Austria with some friends one year. And we were walking in like underground in these ice caves. Like it's freezing cold in there. I come out of there and I'm sweating like an actual pig.
Like Benidorm.
And yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
apart from it was boiling hot and everyone was sweating.
but when you're that size, you're sweating for like probably an hour or so, and you can't get a comfortable temperature for probably an hour or so, and you're just sweating. You sat there, you're not doing anything, and you just think to yourself, like, nobody ever said to me, but you just think, oh God, like, I think I'm disgusting. Like, if I saw me now, I'm like, oh, that's just pretty disgusting. Like, you're just sweating, like.
So was it
all
over a
the time.
period of time then? That
It's just all the time.
You were
and-
like, "Do you know what? I need to do something.
yeah,
And then,
but couldn't be bothered. Like dieting and stuff seemed such a long process, and the fact that I thought, well, I could lose like if Dave can lose a stone in 9 days, I could probably lose a bit more than that. And yeah, just laziness. So yeah, did this clean 9 thing, lost I think about 1.5 stone in 9 days. And I thought then, before the process, I thought that's probably just going to be it. It's just lose a stone and then, yeah. But just something in my brain just clicked, and I was like, right, starting eating salads all the time. My main thing is cutting out bread. I still don't really eat bread now.
bread's a fucking yeah.
And
Sorry, Hovis.
but yeah, ate salads, and I can't even remember what I ate in the evening because obviously I'm a lorry driver, but
How did that plan out then?
fine because I never used to eat ridiculous as a lorry driver anyway. I didn't like going greasy spoons
You take
or
like a pack up.
always take sandwiches. Always take sandwiches.
I always remember the when the weight was like falling off. I was like, dude, you fucking wet, and you were like, yeah, I've just pretty much just cut up bread.
That's
Like,
what I'd cut out.
You also said about, I remember you saying about portions, you'd sort of cut down.
Yeah,
But it
because I was still living at my parents. I was living at my
how much
parents
bread
at
were
this
you
point.
fucking eating? A loaf a day?
Over there.
Do you know what though? If ever I felt hungry, which was most of the time,
Oh, you'd have,
I'd just have a sandwich.
so
Or-
you were maybe having
or-
2, 3, 4 rounds a day.
Oh, easy. I'd have 2 rounds. I'd have 2 rounds of sandwiches to take into work.
So what was the filling of choice at the time?
My
Butter.
favourite filling. My favourite filling would be sausage. No, sausage sandwiches. You love that.
Any
How many
ketchup?
sausages
Love
did you
it.
have in each sandwich?
Probably 2 sausages in each sandwich, like 2 sausages cut in half in each round.
So 4 halves. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
were you a white bread man?
White
then?
bread, yeah.
thick or thin?
Medium, probably.
So-
As much as you could get in there,
Yeah.
basically.
And
But it would be
ketchup,
that, yeah,
Butter.
yeah,
Ketchup.
yeah.
Cheese.
No, I might have cracker and cheese. But yeah, that packet of crisps, chocolate biscuit or so,
Or so.
or 2.
He still loves his chocolate biscuits now. By
Yeah,
the
that's the
fucking
thing. My chocolate
by the
habit.
ton
My
load.
chocolate is probably worse. My chocolate habit now is probably worse than it was.
Yeah, but everything's fine in moderation.
Yeah, because when I'm working now,
That we're all about him, Jew and chocolate. There's
Yeah,
no
but-
fucking moderation
But
there.
not being funny, like, you're no longer eating a loaf of bread a day, are you?
no, I'm eating a loaf of bread probably.
Every
I keep bread in the freezer just in
No,
case.
don't. Just take it out.
Just in case I want like a bacon sandwich as a treat one time at some point. But that's now granary bread.
How often do you?
Oh Christ! The
do you
last
have
time
a bacon sandwich?
Yolks. Yolks.
now I'm with Steph, we do tend to eat a bit more bacon, but that's good because now there's like Steph and Willow and me, like it's 2 slices each. Whereas before it was just me. It was like, well, if I'm going to open a pack of bacon, I might as well just eat it all.
So you'd have like a full pack of bacon, like just yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But-
fair. What, in one sitting.
yeah.
That's probably a few thousand calories right there.
I don't know. It's only 6 slices, thick slices.
Fix.
Yeah, but no, you're probably right. But yeah, so I don't eat huge amounts of bacon now.
No.
But I tend to, when I'm off work as well, I tend to cook properly.
And when you say cook properly, what
You're
kind of?
bloody
Veg,
good you are, George.
veg,
People could learn a lot
potatoes,
from you.
and meat. Like today, before I came here, I've had 3 sausages, some wedges which are cooked in the air fryer, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower.
You haven't
But that's
boiled,
all I
don't
have
you?
all day. Yeah.
Boiled.
That's all you
Yeah.
had all day?
Steam. Yeah, that's all I have all day.
So no breakfast or lunch.
No.
Bloody good.
It's perfect,
It's
isn't it?
bloody good.
And then when I'm at work, so I work nights now. So when I'm at work, all I take, which probably isn't that healthy, but I take a bottle of water, packet of crisps, chocolate biscuit.
That's bloody good. So going back to, just so people can grasp how
Yeah,
much
sorry.
weight you lost and how fucking well you did. Like, I've said this to you anyway, so I'm not doing it
Yeah.
to blow smoke up your ass. But you did so well. Like,
Yeah, I lost 8
incredible.
stone in 6 months.
Shit.
like that's
Yeah,
that's
and I've
serious
and I've kept
meat.
it and I've kept it off. And another friend of ours, Michael Wilson's a personal trainer, so he told me exactly what I would need to be doing.
Is he trying to get out now? Sorry.
Yeah,
Come here, bear. And let him. There we go. Fucking hell. What was that?
That's because you caught him under the arm. Don't worry.
Oh.
It's fine. He's abusing my dog.
Fucking hell. Yes, that's. Hey, so
Yes.
did you? So personal question. Did you get any like skin, like excess skin and stuff like that? It's obviously quite.
not like I thought I would, because all my weight is from.
No, Look at his face.
Sorry, dude.
Fucking smoothing down someone.
All my weight is like my legs have never been fat anyway, have they?
You got the biggest calves and they're bold. They're like a baby's
Yeah.
backside.
Yeah, my legs
in
have
the
got no hair
world.
on them.
Why?
I don't
They've
know.
got no hair on them.
No,
What did
Show us.
I'm just not hair anyway.
No, but there's nothing on his calf. It's literally like.
What
No.
did Steph say about that when she saw it for the first time?
Well, I did say she just said, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind legs like that." But yeah, all my weight is just from my waist up, basically. My mum's exactly the same as well. All her weight it just goes on from the waist up.
Yeah.
But no, I've been lucky enough not. I've got like around here, like around my chest and that. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I thought it would be a lot worse.
Yeah.
A lot worse.
What about skin tags? Do you used to get skin tags?
And only one there ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I used to get
there.
fucking horrific.
Really?
Like an infestation.
Yeah, I had it frozen off, I think. Yeah. Yeah, with a what's it
Like
called?
a
Liquid
pen?
nitrogen.
So how do you feel now?
Great.
Are you, do you think you've stopped your journey, or are you gonna?
No, because I weigh myself before I came here. A little bit heavier than I like to be. Like to lose, because I like to try and keep around 15 stone.
Okay.
And I weighed today, but that was just after I'd eaten, and I'm about 15 and a half.
Yeah.
So I'd like to
Just a
just,
massive poo,
but it's
clear
just
that
after
fucker out.
for me, yeah. But it's just about just after Christmas, isn't it? So yeah, I need to just calm down a little bit.
What was when you were losing weight? Because you never told me, not that you needed to tell me, but you never said at any point. My question is, was there any point you struggled with like, oh Christ, I really want to eat something? It's like bread, for example. Were you like, God, I could murder a sandwich?
No. Do you know what I remember
understand
going?
it's quite an easy process for you.
Yeah, which blows my mind because I tried all sorts of diets in the past,
Like what?
all sorts. Just eating healthy, nothing like. Because Mum would always go to
Structured.
Slimming World, and cause Mum,
Imagine you at Slimming World,
yeah.
Fat Fighters or something like that.
But yeah. So yeah, no, I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but I really didn't struggle with it. Really strange, really strange. And I remember going into supermarkets and I would just walk through the chocolate aisle and just look at chocolate, and that would be fine for me. I wouldn't pick it up and sniff it.
No.
But no, I just look at it, and I'd be like, oh, I bet that tastes really nice. But I wouldn't be like, oh, I really want to buy. I would have one Magnum a week, and that was always on a Wednesday night while watching Bake Off.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your motivation to lose weight was pretty much that you just didn't want to sweat anymore.
Yeah, and it. Well, yeah, and. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Because you
I don't
weren't
know.
getting bullied.
No.
You weren't particularly fussed.
Probably
about
health reasons as well at the back of my brain.
it. Yeah.
And yeah, just to try something new. Maybe because I was single. Well, I've been single pretty much my whole life, really. So maybe that as well.
And you put that down to being overweight.
Yeah, because I always had loads of girls that were friends, but I was completely low on confidence.
Right. Because
Because of my weight, and so I would never ask anybody out. I don't think I'd ever ask anybody out, but just because I was like, well, if you don't ask them out, then you can't be rejected.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, I don't know. It's really strange. Like I said, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I found it quite easy.
Invigorating as well.
Yeah. And when you see it dropping off, and when you can actually go into shops and buy clothes and stuff as well, that's hell of a difference.
Well,
and when you can
feel
wear
nice
jeans,
as well, don't you? That's the thing. You feel like when you can fit into smaller size clothes, you start to wear them a little bit tighter and stuff like that. Like, it does feel good.
You lost
Yeah.
a couple of stone, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm early days, but yeah, no, but I'm just saying, you feel a bit nicer, don't you? You feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
And of course, it's paid off because you've just met a beautiful lady.
Yes. Yeah, I have.
How long
I
ago
really
was
have.
that?
That was
Get it right.
last March.
Holy
Is that last March?
Yes, so nearly a year.
fucking hell!
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not been nearly. You must have not told us.
I might be in
Probably
trouble now if it
last
isn't
March.
last March. I'm sure it was last March, like
Or
middle
maybe
of March.
you met last March, yeah.
No, that's when she's first messaged me.
So
When she first messaged
Yes,
you.
she first messaged
Is that
me.
right? Is that right, Steph?
How did
Yeah,
she
no, it is,
find you?
A dating
On-
app.
Oh,
A dating
like
app called
plenty of-
Bumble, actually.
Bumble.
But yeah, you
Where
can.
the women go
Yeah, the
first.
women have to message you
Ah,
first.
Got
Okay.
files. Why are you wearing bloody shorts?
I'm just getting her jeans
Oh.
out. So,
Yeah.
what did you remember what she said?
What in the message?
Yeah.
Big boy.
No. Hello. Yeah, no, I don't.
But what do you remember what your first reaction was? Like when you saw, because obviously pings up. Did you get a lot of like?
Well, you have to
stuff,
you
or-
have to match first,
Right.
and then when you match, the bloke can't message the girl. The girl has to message the bloke first, just because I think on dating apps, I think
Yeah, it's
some blokes can get a little bit, yeah,
a bit weird.
yeah,
Show.
yeah, pretty much. And yeah, some of the stories I've heard are from women. Yeah, Julian.
So hang on a minute, just quickly. So you obviously, how long had you been on a date on the dating apps for?
Oh, years.
Years.
Yeah.
But obviously, again, and I mean this sincerely. Like you've obviously spoken about when you were bigger and you didn't have any confidence. Obviously, you never had you didn't have any partners or anything like that.
Well, I did, but yeah, nothing
Nothing like. To write
Nothing
home
like
about.
there is like now, no.
But obviously, at some point, you made a decision that you were happy with how you were looking and everything, and you thought, right, I'm going to fucking put myself out there. That must have felt a bit nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and to get likes and stuff, because I'm not a serial, well, no, I have been called a serial dater, actually, because usually it's like a date or two, and then it's like...
Who's called you a serial dater? Someone that doesn't know you?
No, somebody called me a serial dater.
Bollocks. Talking ass.
Ooh, what?
Well, I went on quite a few dates, but I
Yeah,
think you've
yeah,
got to go on dates, haven't you?
You've got to try before you buy.
Yeah.
It's
you
not
gotta-
like you were going on a date every day.
Oh,
for
no,
weeks
no,
and weeks
no,
on end.
No.
So you obviously, well, that's great. So, I mean, that just goes to prove that point, doesn't it? You kind of lost weight, you felt good about yourself, you put yourself out there, and then obviously, you've obviously been swiping through and you see old Steph on there, and you're like, yeah, have a bit of that.
Yeah.
And then she's obviously messaged you and gone, oh, big boy,
Yeah.
like that. And then it goes from there. So
And it's been perfect since.
where did you go on your first date?
We met at, well, she parked in the job centre in Bude, I parked in Sainsbury's, and we took the dog for a walk along the downs outside Sainsbury's. Went to Rosie's. Had a
Gizmo's his
milkshake.
wingman. Gizmo does
I
all the
had a
groundwork.
crunchy milkshake. Amazing. Yeah. And then, walked up the downs towards Northcote.
Fucking long old walk.
Yeah.
You were committed then, because
Yeah.
you basically got to walk there, you got to walk back.
I do remember she said, if you're interested, you're going to have to give me some sort of signal if you're interested in like a second date. This was before we'd even had the first date.
Oh, so this was on a message?
Yeah. So,
Some sort of signal? You didn't
yeah.
agree on what the signal was?
yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Just a little grope of the behind. So,
Her
So-
anus?
no, well, no.
Or her
Yeah,
back?
yeah, her backside.
Posterior.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
derriere.
And yeah, so yeah.
So
it's
he's
been
like, when he had a
really
look
good.
like that, I went,
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's been nearly a year now. But that was from the first message.
Yeah.
I want to say March 16th, but I'm probably miles out there.
you keep looking.
Sure,
Do you
Steph-
want to
Steph-
apologise to Steph in advance?
Yeah,
Just
sorry, Steph.
something I want to say about coming back to the weight thing. I remember
Yeah.
you were around here, and Alf was 6 stone at the time, and Jules had lost 6 stone.
Yeah.
He was roughly and we were like, and he was a big lad, like as in like there was a lot of him, like
Tall,
it was
wasn't
yeah. So and we were like, you've
Lost a
lost
whole alf.
literally like.
And imagine just carrying that on your back
Yeah.
all the time.
So basically, you've lost a third of your weight, almost.
Yeah.
'Cause you're quite short, aren't you?
About 6 foot.
Are you? He's not 6 foot.
Just
No,
like you're
about-
6
no,
foot.
you're
About
Pricey.
5'10", 5'9", 5'10".
5'6".
No.
No, he's taller than that.
I'm
You're
definite-
5'6".
I'm about 5'9",
He's taller than
5'10".
Yeah.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, definitely taller.
Farley's fucking what, 5'4", 5'3"?
But going back to weight loss, 5'5". But I got a mate who we went to school with, Michael Wilson's personal trainer,
Yeah.
and he really helped me out as well because
Did he
it's
pay
not
you to
one
say
for no. But no, he's not. I'm not one for like exercising and all that. I'd rather, instead of going to a gym, I'd rather sort of like just play tennis or try and play golf.
Play Ted. When was the last time you played fucking
No, but
tennis? Come on.
Well, I keep saying for ages that I
Well,
wouldn't
yeah,
mind
we've
having
said
a
last
game
year
of
we
tennis.
should go.
We've got squash court and stuff down there.
Yeah,
It's
not
a bit-
squash.
That's a bit of.
But yeah, he
excessive.
told me this stuff I have to do, which is basically have a sandbag, and I did 5 minutes of exercise a day because you do 30 seconds on, 30
What's a
seconds off.
sandbag?
Just like a bag
Like a
with
bag of
handles on
sand.
it, with full of sand, and so you'd sort of like have it on the ground, and you just like use it as a weight thing. So you just do that,
Right,
and then
You're
do a
being
bit of
fucking-
running for 30 seconds. Just really
And
sort
so
of
you
like
did that when
easy
you
stuff.
were doing
Yeah,
it?
did that. Yeah, non-stop. Well, no, not non-stop, but
every day.
every day.
Yeah.
And it would be like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. It was just to get your heart racing really fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it wasn't that I didn't do any exercise at all. Did that. I don't do that anymore. I was supposed to be doing it, but yeah,
Why
I
are you
haven't.
not doing it?
I haven't done it for the last 8 years.
Why?
Just got lazy.
Yeah.
Just got lazy, and I've got a dog now, which I walk every day. So
I think if you were to start piling weight back on, which you won't, I think you'd probably start
Yeah.
doing that. I think if you had to, I think you'd probably be like, right, I need to do
Yeah.
it to maintain.
I wouldn't pile the weight back on anyway because
No, fine.
I weigh probably like 3 times a week just to make sure I haven't put on a stone in like 24 hours. I know you wouldn't, but
No,
do you know
it works
that
for you.
that works? Yeah. If
Yeah.
I keep a constant like weight, like I said earlier, I've weighed myself today.
Does Steph talk to you about like your, I was gonna say your body, which is just weird, but does she speak to you about your weight and stuff like that?
No, it doesn't bother her at all. She's so lovely that I think I could be massive and it wouldn't bother her.
But
But
you're
it
not,
would
though, that's the
no,
thing.
but it would bother me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And because I was single at the time, I didn't do it for anybody else. I just did
No.
it for myself.
Yeah.
But I just don't know why I did it really.
No.
Apart from probably just at the back of my head,
You're just like,
there was
I need
probably
to do
something that triggered it. But yeah,
Do you like? Have you ever? I mean, similar kind of topic. Then have you ever like kind of suffered with like any mental health problems or anything like that?
no, I don't think so.
No, maybe.
I've had
mildly.
worries, but I've always had people that I can talk to. Like I always talk to Dave.
Yeah.
And other friends I've got. But yeah, my main worry is just. Well, I'm saying I don't have mental health. I don't cast them as mental health issues, but I'm a massive, massive worrier. I worry about ridiculous things, like
what?
just ridiculous things.
I'll give you one. A couple of years ago, we spoke on the phone, and he said, "I've just phoned Sky. My Sky, look at his fucking face. My Sky subscription isn't up for like 8 months or 10 months. You said it's next year. And it
Yeah.
was like 8-10 months. You said you just wanted to find out what deal you were going to be able to get because you were concerned that you wouldn't be able to get a good deal.
And and
Like,
just
it's
just stuff like I'm really secure where I live now, but I'm worried that if I ever got kicked out, like say when I don't like talking about this like that, but when my landlord's not around anymore, I don't think any of his children would want would want to sort of like rent the place out. I think they'd probably just flatten them and build houses on them. But that could be years and years and years down the line. But I've been worrying for the last, God knows how long.
10 years.
Yeah, 10. Well, yeah, probably since I moved in there. That what am I going to do when
But then
that
I'll
happens?
say to you, like, that's right, just get another house. No, I don't think I'll be get one. We'll live in a tent. Well, maybe, what about if I can't live in a tent? And you catastrophise.
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's always other options to it. Sleep in your fucking car. Well, that could be a bit tight.
Yeah. But then I work nights anyway, so...
You'd be all right, though.
Or I could get... Because I'm a lorry driver, why don't I just get... I could get a job where you sleep in the lorry, so I wouldn't need anywhere.
No, it's not ideal, though.
No, I wouldn't want to do... Well, no, because they've got beds in them.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm just...
Yeah, no, I wouldn't... Yeah. Well, yeah, why don't I move in with Steph?
No, I mean, she probably wouldn't want to move into a fucking trailer with you.
Oh, no, but she's pretty secure where she is.
Yeah. No,
But I think... But then, if I bought a house, it would be... What if I can't afford the mortgage payments? There's always something, and
Where do you
it's...
think that's come from?
Probably, I don't know. Whether it's just because I haven't got anything like massive to worry about. Because, yeah. But mental health wise though, no, I don't think.
Just a bit of anxiety, like thinking about like kind of different catastrophising.
Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah,
Which we all get, don't we?
Yeah.
pretty much. And after a drink, this is why I don't really drink much because.
No.
Oh, the next day.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible.
Yeah,
I used to be terrible, didn't I? You first like
yeah, on a
Sunday, and that was from school as well.
Oh, well, we drink
Yeah.
at school.
No, on a Sunday, I just used to hate. See, this goes back to weight again, though. I used to be really, really bad going to bed on a Sunday night because we had PE on a Monday, and I would always worry that I was going to have cross country on a Monday.
Yeah.
I was telling this to you yesterday, wasn't I? Yesterday.
Yeah, it didn't happen anyway.
No, and even if I did have cross country, everyone else would have to do 2 big laps, and I would just have to do 1.
Yeah.
But I think I only ever done cross country once in my life anyway.
I used to fucking hate cross.
But it got so bad that my mum had to go in and speak to the teachers about it.
Shit.
Just worked yourself
And
up, I suppose.
weirdly, the teacher she spoke to, I know I said about my friend Michael Wilson, who told me the thing, was his dad. He was a PE teacher. His dad was a PE teacher at school.
Okay.
Mr. Wilson, obviously.
But you know, I had something quite similar to that because I actually got into a bit of trouble. So did my parents because I used to just not go in on Mondays. Mondays was my
Yeah,
PE day
I
as
missed
well.
a lot of Mondays.
I just remember going into the truancy woman. She's like, "Oh, what's going on Mondays? You know, like you just never in." My thing was, I used to hate the changing rooms because it used to make you shower afterwards and having
Oh,
to get
yeah.
all fucking.
Yeah,
like,
it's
the
always
communal
quite uncomfortable,
showers
that
and-
was, wasn't it? No matter whether you're big or small, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the shower room because it's just one long line of just showers.
Yeah.
Nobody used to shower. Not from what I can remember. Nobody used to
no,
shower.
I didn't.
A few of us would, not us. I say I wouldn't in that. I'd be
No.
like, nah, I'll just go sweaty.
Yeah.
I just felt paranoid.
It's odd, isn't it? It's fucking. I remember we used to cut the fucking dicks in our lesson as well, and they'd like get your PE kit and chuck it in the shower so it's all wet. And then, or if you forgot your PE kit, we had this fucking bin. This fucking bin, which there would have been stuff that was kicked about or left in the shower,
Yeah.
in there, and it would be. And our PE teacher, Mr. McCoy, he was called. You know, he was an arsehole, but fair. Do you know what I mean? And you went to him and said, "I haven't got my kit," and he'd go and get it out of the sin bin. Just call it. And it doesn't matter
Be
if
fucking stinking.
if it was too small
Juice
or
face.
fucking anything, you'd put it on, and because we used to have like a rugby top for like rugby and football and stuff,
Yeah.
and then like a polo shirt for like gymnastics or whatever it might be. I just remember going out upstairs once to the gym. This fucking tight little fucking like Daveth Thomas, damp fucking polo shirt, you know, on just tight as fuck. And of course all the girls up there and everything, and you're kind of like walking in.
Yeah, that's horrendous.
Fucking horrible.
I never forgot my PE kit, luckily.
No.
But
But
I'm
that
sure
would
they
be
had
across
a...
country, though.
Yeah,
Shit.
that would always... And I said this about to you yesterday as well. Always worry in science that it was going to be the lesson, because you knew there was always, just throughout the whole school life, there's always going to be the one lesson where you had to weigh.
Weigh?
Yeah.
Why?
We did, because
Weigh what?
weigh yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in science. And I remember it was Mr. Guardhouse's science class. And yeah, I think back even then I was like 90 kilos. It's quite big for a 14, 15-year-old.
Were you muscly, though? Or were you like hench?
No.
No.
He wasn't like the Rock. Back of his head might look like the Rock, but he wasn't.
Oh, yeah, God, do you remember that in Benidorm? I
Yeah.
could never work out
Which
when he was laying in bed if he was looking at me or not. Do you remember? I'd be like talking. George, and he's like asleep looking the other way.
Yeah, it's the back of his head.
What, is the back looked on the front?
Well, it just looks no
Well,
different.
no.
It doesn't really look any different.
It did look like your face, though.
When I found, because I have my hair really short, and somebody said, oh, was it when we went to Butlins? It looked like a card machine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because obviously...
Just swipe the card through the back of my
Yeah,
head.
because... And then, of course, so now imagine that you're laying down, it looks like you're kind of
Oh, like in my
smiling.
mouth.
Yeah. It's funny as fuck. It was well funny. So that's interesting. So
Yeah.
And you're just now gonna keep that off, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't...
Not gonna go any lower? Or?
No, because I don't want to go too low so that you look really gaunt and like dangling down here.
That's
And
my worry as
yeah.
well. I don't want to look gaunt.
and I'm quite happy with the way I am at the minute, to be honest.
Cool.
I don't want to go any higher,
And
but I don't. Yeah.
You know you've got your like optimal weight.
Yeah.
That's where you've
Yeah. Life couldn't. I don't think life could be much better now, to be honest.
Good to hear.
Fucking hell, that is good.
Well,
what a
yeah,
that's
could
going
have
to be one of the statements.
Yeah.
I could have a bit more money, but
What's that going to do?
then yeah,
What's that gonna
I'm
do,
not.
Julian? What are you
I'm
gonna
not.
do
I'm
with
not. I'm not struggling, but
Go on, what are you
well,
going to do?
buy a
with it?
house, and then I wouldn't have to worry about where I'm going to live.
Yeah, but you'd be worrying about like
Can't
fucking
afford
roof coming
Yeah.
off, or worrying about a pipe.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, wow, I'm interested.
You'd be right.
Did you renew your Sky deal?
Yeah, I did, but now that's a good thing you got to say, because Monday I've got BT ringing me because they want to try and put
Look at
the
his face.
Sky and BT all together, and I've not found out yet when my Sky deal's out. And the woman is going to ring me on Monday.
You need
actually.
to get on top of that, Julian.
You know
Yeah.
what some of them do now, though, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
I can say this up. No one from fucking EE or Sky is going to be listening, hopefully. So I had Sky Fibre and EE, and I got Sky Telly, and EE were doing a faster connection down our
Yeah.
road. So I spoke to them, and they said, we'll buy you out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they've said that up to £300.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I went back to Sky and I said, EE can do faster, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they sent me an email saying this is how much the buyout's going to be, which I sent to EE and they credited it to the account. And Sky then turned around and said, actually, we can see you've been a customer of ours for years. We're going to waive the termination charge. So I actually just got free money, which was quite nice.
Perfect.
But it was a credit on the bill, which just meant we
Well, yeah, you didn't have to pay for it.
our
Yeah.
fibre bill. But now get 1.6 gigabytes per
That's
second
good.
down, which is
You ain't got a fucking
phenomenal.
clue what that means.
Absolutely
No.
phenomenal. 1.6 gigabytes per second.
That's good.
That's a lot
Yeah.
better than here.
It is fucking much better than here.
I don't know what mine is.
You're out in the sticks, though, aren't you?
No, we've got fibre though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Nice, like it.
So
Do you want to do the honours?
I will. What's your definition of love?
It's a question we do at the end of every podcast.
Yeah.
You don't
yeah, I
take
know
it
that.
seriously.
Obviously, I know that.
Fuck off.
I don't. Bloody hell.
But we can wait.
Just
There is no
yeah, no, I
set
don't-
answer.
Dude.
No, but I can see his eyes are fucking flickering.
It's all right. He'll get there in a minute.
yeah. Just that's. Do you know what? That's hit me like a bloody freight train, because yeah, I wasn't actually expecting that. Just unconditional. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
tricky, isn't
I
it?
actually don't know. Yeah.
Have you told Steph that you love her?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
There's nothing that I wouldn't. Well, no, I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't do for her. Just want to make her happy. And she's got a daughter, Willow, and Willow as well. But I just think it's just like I want to bring in the word unconditional, but I don't know how to bring that word into it.
Yeah. Without limits, caring for someone without limits. Is that kind of what you're saying? Or?
No, not really. No. I was going to say like unconditional love, but you can't use the word in a definition.
No.
You cannot. Correct, Julian.
Yeah. I think I've been lucky to be loved quite well by my family, because I've got very, very close family, but weirdly, we never say "I love you" to each other.
Sometimes you don't need to, though, I imagine.
No, and I probably don't say it to Steph enough, but I do keep saying like, it's sort of, as you can probably tell now, it's something that I'm not too comfortable with. But
it doesn't
know in your
matter,
head-
and she knows that.
yeah, and I say to her like actions I think speak louder than words, and I like to. Yeah, I probably.
Sharing
I do
your
tell- I do
Chinese
say-
last night would have indicated to her
Yeah.
that you love her.
Yeah.
And your chocolates.
Yeah. But I do tell her that I love her,
Yeah.
but maybe not as much as I should. But then I don't think you need. I don't think you need to say it all the time. Because if you say it all the time, then it loses its meaning.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything if you keep.
You should ask her definition
Yeah.
as well, though.
Ask her before
Yeah,
this
I
comes
will.
out.
Yeah, I will.
Because that
I'll ask her tomorrow when I
literally-
see her.
Can you ask on Sunday when we have the roast in front of
I'll
us?
ask her.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Seriously, when we go out on Sunday, ask her.
No, you ask her.
Oh, all right. I'll
Yeah,
ask her.
Yeah.
Is she happy?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Question.
Yeah. She says she's happy. She says she's happy all the time.
Well,
And
she's
if she wasn't happy, the amount of stuff she does for me, like I'm not I'm not a very emotional person like that. But oh yeah. But yeah, she coming home from work at 3:00 in the morning on my birthday, and she had been to my house. Like I said earlier, she put a load of banners up. Willow had made some posters. They put some balloons up, a load of cards. They'd even done a card from the dog with his paw prints in it, and she'd written the cards herself, like online, like through Moonpig, or I don't know who it was through, but
Shout out to me.
yeah, and just really thoughtful, and yeah, but actually made me quite emotional when I got home from work. And I'm not like that. It might have been down to tiredness because it was 3:00 in the morning. Obviously not. No, because she sent me a message at midnight that night as well on my birthday, and that sort of like, yeah, she's really, really like thoughtful, and yeah, and my parents absolutely love her, so that goes down. Yeah, her mum. I've met her mum. Her dad's not here anymore, but yeah, I've met her mum a few times, and yeah, she's lovely, and even got a card from her mum. So
Any money in it?
no,
Oh, for goodness sake!
Any chocolate in it?
no,
She'd eaten that.
no.
Wow.
But yeah,
Thank you,
so
Julian.
but yeah, sorry,
Thank
I couldn't
you,
have been a bit better definition of love.
No,
That
not
just
at
hit
all.
me
There
like.
is no.
There is
Yeah.
no real definition. It came from the fact that
I think I've only experienced love outside the family, like truly, in the last. Because obviously I haven't loved Steph for a year because we've only known each other a year, but for the last like 4 or 5 months. So
when do you think you started loving her then? Like, was there a pivotal moment when you thought to yourself, "Fucking hell, girl, I love you"? I don't know.
Keep it clean.
I know. I think it just grew.
What did?
Just
Your feelings for her.
your feelings for her just grew, and then just one day I was like, because I
Penny dropped.
remember saying, because I'm quite blunt sometimes with what I say, and I was like, I said, I I get the feeling like she wanted me to tell her that I loved her, but I told her, and I was like, but I'm not at that stage yet. And I remember saying that to her, but then, yeah, just after the summer last year, I think was when.
You said it to her.
Yeah, I said it. She didn't say it back.
So I'll teach you a fucking lesson.
Yeah. I think that was it. I think that was
there
it.
yet.
But yeah. So I
that'd
think
be
that's
funny,
why.
wouldn't
I think that's why I might be finding it so difficult because I've only really experienced true love. I think.
But I don't think it matters.
No.
I think it's completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Stu.
No problem.
Cheers,
I
mate.
know you were nervous,
Very
mate, but you
nervous.
fucking enjoyed that.
Just goes to show, though, doesn't it?
What are you going to say?
What?
Well, you can lose weight or something?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, like, it's never too late to either lose weight and find love.
We did lose weight 20 years ago.
Oh, no.
No,
He's kept
10.
it off. 10 years ago, he's kept it off. And
No, it's all true.
he's found love. Marriage?
She's already been married, so
I can't wait for
I'm
that stag
not-
do.
She Catholic?
I don't know.
Sister Mary. Right, anyway. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Out of a dish.
Bye.